What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today we're here to talk about the brand new Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest, which is coming to Global. Now, this video will obviously talk about this, but there are greater topics that need to be discussed in this video today, just pertaining to the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise in general, because once again, we're shafted as English/French players, because this Kizuna Clash that was supposed to be coming up, this is against Basil Hawkins. He's the Kizuna Clash boss. This was supposed to be a co-op Kizuna Clash, and this is not going to be a co-op Kizuna Clash on Global. So, obviously in early February when we had the Halloween celebrations, we were gearing up, expecting co-op Coliseum, or not Coliseum, but co-op Kizuna Kid, and it never came. It ended up being a regular Kizuna, and there were lots of bad things about that. And it looks like it's going to be a repeat this time around as well. So a lot of players, once they saw this, they got really upset, understandably so, because we miss out on so much stuff. The fact that it's not going to be a co-op Kizuna Clash, which I will talk about a little bit further on in this video, but I mean, we got to talk about the Sugo-Fest in general, see what's going on, talk about the new units, and then we can talk about the stuff just pertaining to Global. So I hopefully just want to blitz through this stuff really quickly, and then we can talk about the bigger topic at hand, right? So, this banner is going to be going live on April 12th at 1900 PST time, and I mean, just without even looking at the banner, I would say just skip it, because it's not a co-op Kizuna Clash. So these units aren't going to be as valuable as they once were, because obviously, if you had the point boosters, you could farm the token island, which gives you more tokens to play the Kizuna Clash, but of course we don't have a co-op Kizuna Clash, so there's no token island to farm, which means that these units are less valuable to you. But let's have a look and see what the steps are. The first multi is going to be a special character. Now that basically means it can be a co-op Kizuna Clash unit, or just a Kizuna Clash unit, a limited rare recruit, just any of those limited time characters is what classifies as a special character. And one thing that we can see here down the bottom there, it is going to be a 30 gem multi. So the first multi is 30 gems and is also a special character guaranteed. That's honestly not too bad at all. The second multi is a Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest only character. So again, that could be like any of the co-op Kizuna Clash units that we've seen, or just any Kizuna Clash unit, should I say. So, talking about the Halloween units like Yasop and Beckman, all the three new units will be classified as that. Margaret, the Boa Sisters, Granny Neon, and then also from the Halloween batch, you had the Nami, you had the Brook, the Nightmare Luffy, all those units, as well as like Bello Betty, Kizuna Chopper. There's a bunch of them. Christmas Monet, for example. All of those units will be classified as a Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest only character. The third multi is a recommended character, which we'll talk about in a minute. Recommended character for this Sugo is pretty insane. We'll talk about that very soon. The fourth multi is a legend or a rate boosted character. I hate those steps, they're just awful. The fifth multi is a special character once again, so the same as the first multi. Then you've got a legend, another Kizuna unit, and then another legend or a rate boost, another special character, and then number 10 is again another recommended unit. And this just basically repeats itself all the way up until the 20th multi. Now, one thing I do want to say straight off the bat, it is kind of weird that there's no step that guarantees you only the new characters. So you've got a new Beppo or a Heart Pirates unit, a new Zora obviously, and a new Law. None of the steps guarantee you one of the new units. So you could legit do 20 multis and not get any of them. Like, obviously the chances of that happening are extremely low, but it's quite viable that that could possibly happen depending on the rates of these units. Now, the reason why I really pointed out the number 3 there, step 3, it says a guaranteed recommended character, that's actually not too bad, because a recommended character essentially is any one of these units you see on this scroll bar. So it means on multi 3, you're guaranteed to get either Zora, Law, or the Heart Pirates, which are obviously the new units, Kaido Big Mom, or Halloween Shanks if it's a red, and if you do get a gold, it could still potentially be this Alvida. So on multi 3, multi 10, 15, and 20, you're guaranteed to get one of these 6 units right here. That's honestly pretty good. Pretty good, but it's not guaranteeing you one of the new batch characters, which is the whole reason why you're pulling on this banner in the first place. You're not pulling for Halloween Shanks, you're not pulling for Alvida, and this banner is not really, you're not really pulling for Kaido Big Mom if they're on here. It's just kind of like an extra. You're only pulling on this banner for these boosters, and the fact that there's no step that guarantees them at all is odd to me. It is very strange in my eyes. But either way, right, let's just talk about these new units because, I mean, they're interesting to say the least. Let's have a look at them. So, Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin, or the Heart Pirates. This unit is a quick fighter powerhouse with a captain effect that's pretty bad. Special ability 12 turns, changes all slots including block into quick, reduces paralysis and bind by 5. If your captain is fighter powerhouse or free spirit, reduces threshold by 5. Honestly, that's a pretty good special. That's a really good special. Could definitely see play outside of, you know, the Kizuna Clash because it's got pretty good utility. It's got orb change. Not a terrible unit at all. He's a powerhouse unit as well, and powerhouse are pretty good. And then he does have a support effect, which attaches to only Trafalgar Law, but it says once per quest, if the enemy activates a damage reduction, so Rainbow Shield, it reduces Rainbow Shield by 2 turns at the start of the next turn. That's pretty weird. Because his special reduces threshold, but then his support removes Rainbow Shield. That's very weird, but it's like, it's not a terrible effect at all. It's still like really good. Fighter characters' quick slots have matching slot effects, so if your captain's or if you're just running a team of fighters, right, his special gives you a full board of matching slots, which is like pretty nice, right? So that's nice. He's okay. Not a unit you're going to use too often, but like a really good unit for the Kizuna Clash, of course. Trafalgar Law is the next one, who's a quick slasher free spirit. Captain ability is 3 times 2 slashes and -1 cooldown. His special 13 turns, it will go ahead and change strength and quick slots into matching, which of course works very well with the Beppo unit. And then it reduces Rainbow Shield by 5 turns, and then reduces attack down by 5 turns. And if your captain's a free spirit slasher or a fighter, 1.0 chain boost for 1 turn. That's pretty good. Not too bad at all. So orb change, Rainbow Shield removal, attack down removal, and chain boost. Yeah, this is a pretty decent unit. Could see play in a lot of other content as well. Interestingly enough, he does have the shipbind ability. He gives slasher characters a boost. He has a quick slot and you keep it if you hit it perfect. And a support effect attaching to Beppo, Corazon, or Sachi Penguin. And once per quest, if you get inflicted with attack down, reduce it by 2 turns. Yeah, it's pretty good. Another, like, pretty decent Kizuna unit. Like, these units are pretty nice. And then the final unit is going to be Zoro Juro, who is a Dex slasher powerhouse. His captain effect is boosted in this Kizuna. I believe it's a 5 times boost to slasher powerhouse, and I think maybe fighters as well. I'm not too sure. But it's a good captain effect. It's a 3.25 with a matching slot 3 times otherwise. Obviously not good in regular play, but in Kizuna it will be boosted. And then 1.25 health, and then also makes dex slots matching as well. His special on a 12-turn cooldown does damage to all enemies, ignores everything, including base defense, which is great, and then reduces slasher and powerhouse characters cooldown by 1, reduces despair by 6, and if the enemy is immune to all status effects, or delay, it gives your powerhouse and slashes a 2.25 times orb boost for 1 turn. That's really good. That's a really, really good special that definitely could see play outside of this Kizuna for sure. A nice ASP boost, and slasher characters' dex slots are matching as well. He has a support effect that's also really interesting. It attaches to Luffy, Otsuru, Okiku, or Otama, so a pretty restricted amount of units there. But it says if the unit uses a special to change your slots, it will go ahead and make slasher and powerhouse characters slots be boosted by 1.5. So 1.5 orb boost to slasher powerhouse if you use an orb change special. So that's a little restrictive because it has to be one of those specific units that also does an orb change and ideally is a slasher or powerhouse character themselves. So the amount of units you can actually use with this to get the most optimized effect off of it is quite minuscule, but it is going to be a good support effect that could definitely see play definitely in the future once we get more of those types of units, right? So I like it either way. It's a nice effect. And of course, none of these units are used in Pyro Rumble, of course, but that's the new units. The Sugo-Fest just seems kind of average to me. And then the units, while they're good, they're just not as valuable, the fact that it's not a co-op Kizuna Clash, right? That's the main thing about it. So as disappointing as that is, it's not a co-op Kizuna Clash, it's a regular Kizuna Clash, so I would probably advise most of you guys out there to probably avoid this banner. But now that we've gone ahead and talked about that, let's go ahead and move on to the other topic of the video. So the fact that the Kizuna Clash Hawkins is no longer a co-op on global really sparked a lot of discussions in the community where a lot of people were identifying just some really annoying shaftings that the global players have been facing since the start of 2021. I mean, obviously heading into 2021, we had the World Cruise event for, you know, the end of December, start of January, and most players thought it was a successful event. I myself personally think it's one of the best events that they've ever hosted in the game. And it's just annoying because since that event, the game has been just receiving so many shaftings over and over and over again, and the players are getting sick of it. So these are all the shaftings that I've identified. There may be some that I'm missing, but let's go through them, okay? First of all, this is literally something from January or February of 2020. So last year's January or February. The Japan player base got access to a Whole Cake Island Blitz battle, where they could get this support custard unit. Globals never received this unit. We never received this Blitz battle in general. This Blitz battle was supposed to arrive with Nami and Robin Sugo-Fest, and we never got it. So that's one thing. This support custard, by the way, is really good. Attaches to an int character. When they use their special, int characters get their slots locked for one turn, so it's a really, really nice unit to use with those int super types, but we never had access to it. I mean, obviously the Megalo ship is a thing, but, you know, having to run Megalo ship does obviously spark some problems because there's other really good ships you'd like to run. Either way, that's just one of the issues. Now, Kizuna Kid obviously not being a co-op, and that obviously brought on along a lot of other issues. No adapting of the Kizuna Kid exchange boxes, because the exchange boxes in that Kizuna were still built as if it was a co-op Kizuna Clash. So I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was either 1,500 or 2,000 items on box 7, which is absolutely ridiculous, and it's just not on. That should not be happening for a regular Kizuna Clash. And then on top of that, there was no token farming islands. So even if you did pull for Halloween Shanks and the boosters, it wasn't really that valuable to have them, because the co-op Kizuna Clash, or just the regular Kizuna Clash should I say, was so easy, you didn't need the boosters to beat it. It was ridiculously easy. Now yeah, you did get a lot of tickets from that, but the fact that it wasn't a co-op just made it less valuable, because, you know, we didn't have a lot of tokens to spend on that Kizuna because there was no token island. So even if there was a token island, it wouldn't be as bad because you could still get a crap load of rewards off of it. But still, the fact that it's not a co-op means that we miss out on community rewards, we miss out on clear rewards, assist rewards, so much community reward stuff that we miss out on because it's not a co-op, right? And then the fact that if it is a co-op, we get the token island, we get more tickets, we get more farming done, we get more rewards. And the fact that they've cut that out, we lose out on a lot. And that's happened twice now because of Kid and now because of Hawkins. So that's, I hate that that is the case. I don't know why they're doing it, but it really is pissing off a lot of people in the community, myself included, because we just miss out on so much stuff that we should have been getting and we don't get it. We miss out on tablets, rumble scrolls, gems, the works. Now, the poor anniversary event structure. Now, I think the Sugo-Fest for the anniversary was actually really good. I don't have a complaint about that at all. But the events in the anniversary itself were bad. I mean, the start of the event, Luffy Sanji, that's acceptable in my eyes because the Chopman mission rewards were actually pretty good. But then the Blitz battle, dude, the Blitz battle was so bad. The fact that they made it so long and they didn't update the rewards for global. I mean, number one, it's our anniversary. And number two, they extended the duration of the event. So we have to input more gems to grind to those positions. And we didn't get anything more out of it to what JP got. I'm not a fan of that at all. And then the event after that, the Escape Cacao Island, it would have been nice if they just added something to the event. It doesn't have to be, you know, with the Escape Cacao Island event, either just add something else on the end to make it something worthwhile to farm, because after you completed the missions, there was no reason to go back to it at all. So that was obviously a pretty big issue there. So the poor anniversary event structure, and even the treasure map was kind of mid as well. It would have been nice if they spiced it up and added something, because it's our anniversary and they never did that. So that was quite disappointing to see. And then moving after that, the Kaido versus Big Mom Sugo-Fest was poor. I think a lot of people understand that. I mean, look, I know that better than anyone. I think the Sugo-Fest was honestly really bad, and it's kind of a shame because I think this is going to be a common structure moving forward, specifically for the versus units, because Big Mom versus Kaido in Japan was similar, and then also Ace versus Akainu in Japan was also very similar. So this is probably something that we're going to see a lot moving forward, but I absolutely despise the new structure that they went for the Kaido versus Big Mom Sugo-Fest. Like, no discount multis at all, not even the first multi? What? Why? I don't get it. Next, no Kaido versus Big Mom login bonuses. There was legit no campaign for the Big Mom versus Kaido event, so we had no login bonuses that were additional on top of it, which was just really strange. I don't understand why they didn't give us a campaign for it. The Blitz battle, there was no Blitz battle, there were Chopper Man mission rewards. But they even screwed that up as well, because in the Chopman mission, we got 4-star gold tickets instead of Rare Recruit PvP tickets. Like, hello? What are they doing? And this specific Blitz battle right here was supposed to be a really, really good one, because I think it was like top 1,000 got like 40, 30, 40, 50 gems if you're in top 1,000. Like, that's insane. And we never got that. I don't understand why. I don't know how long the event went for. I think it was maybe a 3-day Blitz battle, which honestly would have been fine. and they never did it. So again, that's another huge missed opportunity, and a lot of missed gems, a lot of missed items, a lot of missed rewards that we get because it's not there, bro. And then here we go, no co-op Kizuna Hawkins. And then look, this is to be determined, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same as Kid, where the exchange boxes are going to be the same as if it were a co-op Kizuna. Again, there's no evidence for that, but if we're going off previous events that have happened, there's a pretty good chance that the exchange boxes for Hawkins are going to be the same as what they were for the actual co-op Kizuna Clash. You know, they just do Control-C, Control-V without changing anything. That's what I think is going to happen, and it is confirmed there is no token island as well. That is not even in the game right now. So we don't even get like extra tokens to farm to get more tickets. So I'm fine if they don't do that, but then they make the actual boxes themselves a little bit better. That would offset it a bit. But if you're not going to do either of these two things, then why? Like, why even bother? Like, if you're not going to adapt the boxes, give us the token island. If you're not going to give us the token island, adapt the boxes. And they don't do either of those things. So the whole event itself is really bad. Another thing about Hawkins as well that's not even listed here is the fact that with this event, with this Kizuna Clash, is supposed to be the Blackbeard reveal, or 6+ Blackbeard, right? And to get his skulls, you have to get them in the Kizuna exchange. And in the Kizuna exchange, the fact that the boxes are going to be so large, it's going to be very hard to get those skulls to super evolve Blackbeard. And I know there's going to be many players out there that won't even be able to evolve their Blackbeard straight off the bat because of the boxes being so large. So many annoying things, man. And I mean, like, this is just going off of this is the actual Japan website for Hawkins. So on their event site, I mean, look, it doesn't actually show their ranking rewards, but obviously depending on how many times you clear the event and how many assists that you do, you get all of these rewards. So you get like, you get 10 of these, you get, you know, obviously a set of them. I think it's, yeah, times 5. Yeah, 5 sets of these. So 25 total scrolls. And then you get more tablets. You get 3 of these, and you get 3 of these tablets, and then 3 of these tablets, more gold rumble scrolls, and all these rewards are doubled because you get 1 for the amount of clears you've done and 1 for the amount of assists that you've done. There's community rewards on top of that as well. So we miss out on all of these because it's not a co-op Kizuna Clash. Something else that they had with this co-op Kizuna Clash is Chopper Man missions, where you'd get 12 gems, 16 rumble scroll sets, and a legend ticket in total if you complete the missions, which are very, very easy to do. It's like 20 clears, 20 assists, and then if you complete all of them, you get a legend ticket. So we miss out on all these Chopper Man missions. For some reason, they're not in the game, where you just don't have them, unless if something else is not there and it should be there and there's another download later on. They're not there at the moment. That could change though, but at the moment they're not there. Another thing to talk about, World Journey units. Now, World Journey units are a bit of an interesting one because we have been waiting for these units for a long time, and for some reason, Global just never got them. So World Journey units are like collaborations with figure companies. So this one right here, like this Monkey D. Luffy, which has the World Journey icon there at the top. All of these units, right? We have the first set, which came with Zoro, Nami, and Luffy. We had the second set, which came with Sanji and Reiju. The next set was the Boa, the Mihawk, and the Croc. We have all of these. I think the Crocodile came out around like January, February last year for us in 2020. And we haven't had one since. This Rebecca and this Vivi were supposed to come out around the time of Luffy Sanji. They never arrived. And then the next one was Marco and Ace. They're supposed to come out around the time here of Kaido Big Mom. They've never arrived. And then we have this next set, which is already out on Japan, which is Koala and Sabo. And there's a pretty good opportunity that we're not going to get them either. So that's something. And then on top of that, there is the Ichiban Kuji celebration, which again was another figure collaboration. Will it come if I type in Ichiban? Yeah, right. So there was a Sugo-Fest where you could get this Luffy and this Nami. This Luffy is a 5-star unit. He's not a legend, but he has a super typing effect. And then this Nami as well, who's a really, really great utility unit and would have helped out a lot in the recent arena that just came out. And on top of that, when you had these units and you played an event that came out alongside it, if you had these units, it gave you like dupe drops of rumble scrolls. Like people could farm up heaps and heaps of these gold and silver rumble scrolls. And because we don't have these units yet, we don't have the event. We just lose out on a bunch of rumble scrolls. So again, another reason why we miss out. And now this one right here as well is also to be determined. We'll have to wait and see how it gets resolved. But the approximate 900 to 1,000 gems that Korea are going to be getting when they transfer to the English and French server, again, we have to wait and see how this gets resolved. But again, if global players miss out on that, that just compounds everything, right? And then the final thing is this event right here, where depending on how many gems you spent on your account, you would get legend tickets, gold tickets, silver tickets, rumble scrolls as a reward. So it was like a scaling thing. Like if you spent between 1,000 to 2,000 gems, you got X amount of rewards. And these gems were, you know, amount of gems spent for summons, stamina refills, expanding box space, anything, right? Anything that you use gems for was counted towards this. And on top of that, all of these rewards given out, there was a social media campaign alongside it where depending on how many retweets you get, they got like 5 gems for each retweet goal. And we don't have this either because this event has never come out to global yet. So that's a bunch of gems that we miss out on, and we miss out on this really huge event. Now, again, these could all be changed with the merger of the Korean version, and potentially they're going to do it now. But we haven't had any like announcement of this yet, so we'll have to wait and see. I really hope global does get this soon enough, because this was announced around the time of Kaido versus Big Mom release, and we're now what, two weeks past that, and we haven't got it yet. So I don't know what's going on, but all of these things are just compounding together, and all of things have been happening in such a short period of time, right? Like, aside from the Whole Cake Island stuff, all of this stuff is just from 2021 alone. That's like, it's way too much stuff that we are missing right now. And it's the amount of rewards and the amount of gems, scrolls, tablets, everything. We just miss out on so many rewards because of the management of the game. The English and French players are pretty upset about this. Myself included, are very, very upset about this. So I really hope that after the merger with Korea, we can pick things up back again. Because so far, 2021 has been extremely disappointing for Treasure Cruise players, especially for global anyway. So I really hope that things pick up soon enough. But that's my thoughts and opinions about this. If I have missed any like major shafts that I have potentially missed, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including my One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.